Tuesday night, VVHL. I'm BA Superhero, and I am here not alone, but I am here for week two semifinal matchups. We are very excited, very, very ready to go. And although we do have only 15 minutes to get into everything, it will never feel like enough time just because there's so much to go through here with even just these four remaining teams. But like I said, I'm not alone. I bring heavy backup with me, and who's with me? None other than one of the
Someone's getting
founding
attacked.
members of this lovely league. Backblast Dan. Backblast, how are you? This lovely
I
league.
am
Backblast.
extremely excited for the semifinals. I posted it in the Discord. This is going to be Sweat City. Um, Generals, our defending champion Dragons, Tampa Bay, who dominated in the regular season, drafted impeccably against the Dutchmen, who are coming in red hot. A lot of narratives. This is going to be a big time week for all four of these teams, and the league is, I think, going to be treated to some really good hockey. So I'm very pumped, man.
I think we were mighty spoiled in a lot of those games that we saw last week in the quarterfinal matchup. So just to make sure we understand the lay of the land at this point in time, as
Mm-hmm.
far as what happened in those quarterfinal matchups, we saw the Tampa Bay Tribe taking out the Portage Money Shots 4-1 in that series. Same count for the Generals taking out the Mike Hawks. The law firm were swept by the Flying Dutchman, and the Sicilian Slicers were able to take it to 7 games, but the Blue Dragons were victorious in that 4-3 in that series. So what our matchups are going to be now is we are going to see the 1 versus the 4 in Tampa Bay Tribe versus the Flying Dutchman, and the 2 versus the 3 in the Generals versus the Blue Dragons. So that is our landscape for the evening. That is how we got to this point. So I guess, I mean, now that we have a lay of the land, let's get into some of these matchups that we're going to be seeing. So we'll start off with the Tampa Bay Tribe and Flying Dutchman, that being the number 1 versus the 4.
Yeah, I mean, JG, Mikey PT, they had heartbreak last season. I know they both felt like they built a championship caliber roster. What a matchup that they had. Got knocked out in the first round. They made it through the first round. Their team's playing at a top level, and they're running into the Flying Dutchmen, who are coming in red hot. Hell of a quarterfinal that they put out against the law firm, and they finished the season with some really interesting trades, bolstering where they felt that they might have had needed some bolstering. Man, a little bit of defense, whole lot of offense they brought in. Traded away some big names, so this is and one of those big names that they traded for came from this opponent, Mr. Caustic, originally drafted by the Tribe. One of the few moves that the Tribes made was, that's a big time trade. So there's a lot of storylines. Again, a lot of things to look at in this series.
And we talked about the movements that were made this past season, but I mean that's not the only kind of history that we have on the ice
Mm-hmm.
between these two teams. As Meinhardt and Rifle Drum, I think both have spent time on the Tribe over the past couple seasons. So we're seeing the Tribe return in full force, trying to make another run at a championship if they can. Or obviously to their first championship as the Tribe, but this is a very, very strong team. Obviously, very well put together by JG and Mikey PT. I think, as odd as it sounds, you have to go back to the beginning of the season, not even before a puck was dropped, to really understand how.
Before it all began,
Yes, the before 4 times.
the before
So,
full times.
but the Tribe made a trade with I believe it was the Himmytown Huskies, and they didn't wind up making a pick in the draft after I think the 4th round. So
Mhm.
this is a team that from the get-go has really been strong.
Yeah, they made first off, they put me into early retirement as a commissioner. This whole damn ownership group, with the amount of work and math and graphics for all the for all the pre-draft trades, it was freaking crazy, which makes this league exciting. Things might be a little different next season, but I will say it was really exciting. But yeah, Tampa made a lot of moves pre-draft. JG knew who he wanted to do it with. He wins everywhere he goes. I've never seen JG as an owner in any league with a losing record. I don't believe. Like that guy is. I've won a cup with him in another league. He put together a hell of a team. He was my GM the season before, and him and Mikey PT go way, 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 way real life back. And those boys know how to play together, and they know how to build a team and a team-based team. Look at all the points that those guys put up. Every single person on that roster ate this season, including their goalies. So, but you could say the same thing for their opponent. They've got big names on this Dutchman roster, and these players, Stefano, Meinhardt, Kraut, those guys know each other. They were bananas last season. Who are we kidding? This is the same type of trust level. It's the same thing we're going to see and we're going to talk about in the other matchup that's happening in the semifinals. But there's a lot of what you're seeing deep in the playoffs is high skill, unselfish play. Everybody scoring, putting up big time points, leading half this league in every category. But these are old relationships. These are people that play a lot of hockey together, have played a lot of hockey together. So really, it's gonna be this is a really exciting matchup because it's gonna really be which boys are gonna beat which boys. And there's some added additions that came with that, but there's a lot that went into this.
I can't argue in any front that you're talking about right now. Not only was it the team and the construction that it was given at draft day, they've continued to add pieces. And I know you talked a little bit about the one of the big storylines here is O.I. Kostic possibly doing his revenge tour. And trying to see if he can do that. But the additions of Biz throughout the season in the trade from Nate Farms, and that's just on the Tribe side. Because from the side of the Flying Dutchman, you saw the additions of Highboard Pigeon and to swap out Gritty. Nate Farms was again one of those trades, but really the big thing was O.I. Costa coming in and the one ISO coming in. And ISO, I think in the first series we didn't even get
that was a
see
big trade. Ogre talked about it. Ogre talked about it on stream. We talked about it in the Ogre Scrolls. Torch it for ISO. That is sweat for sweat, man. That is league leader for league leader. And the Dutchman felt like they needed a change. I know it's never personal, but they're here, right? They're here. So it's but that, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, BA. But yeah, that was a big acquisition. That definitely needs to be noted. And I know Caustic is the revenge tour is here because if you look at the stats, when I was looking at everything today, as far as the 4 games they played against each other, the wins that the Tribe had against the Dutchman prior to the trade, Caustic was a big reason for those wins for the Tribe. So I think it'll be interesting to see, hey, you traded me. Now, I played well against my foe, and now I'm with my foe, and I'm coming back. I love that narrative, and ISO is a champ from last season, and he had a hell of a first full season. I know he's technically not a rookie, but what a campaign.
And versatile as all get out. The only thing I was going to say is just I don't even think we got to see ISO play as much out as we usually would in the first series, just because he's so skilled in net as well. So definitely looking forward to this matchup. Definitely looking forward to all these talented players on the ice. You're definitely going to be seeing another high quality matchup in goal as well with players such as Aviator in net and such as Big BMAC in net. I mean, can't argue there.
Oh, BMAC. Who might be winning himself a trophy? Who knows, man? What he's traded to the Tribe and just becomes one of the best, if arguably the best goalie in the league since that trade. What a move! What performance! And that's a huge thing to be able to give your defender that gives your line such a boost when you've got somebody of that caliber in net. They're like, okay, well, maybe I will try to get that interception this one time instead of sit back. Because I've got that confidence, right?
Absolutely.
He brings a lot, and the goalies on both sides are just unreal this season. So
for sure, and
that's a big matchup.
Yeah, BMAC is another one that was added through trade. So again, this is the 2 teams being led very well on some very active ownership groups.
Biz too,
well. But yep, absolutely.
Biz too.
Absolutely.
They got Biz in a trade.
And it has only helped them. Biz has been playing out of his mind in the playoffs and since the trade, really. But with only a few minutes left, I want to make sure we get some love over to the Generals versus the Blue Dragons because that is going to be an insane matchup. We know, obviously, Shawnahue leads that team. On the Generals, we know that T. Mazer is his number 2 in command, always dishing
Number
and always
two.
help. Number 2, yes. But this is a team that, no matter the lineup that you're facing, it is an incredibly difficult matchup that you're going to have. Shawnahue and T. Mazer play so well together and feed off of each other so well, but on the opposite side of the ice is Seti and Carney. So it's kind of two people standing in front of each other, doing the wax on, wax off with their hands at the same time.
Oh
It's
yeah.
so similar. But
Oh yeah.
that's just one of the 2 lineups, because then there's the Dan Witz DMB Dex lineup. But when I focus so heavily on the Generals lineups, because, and obviously not Luigi. Big Diesel's been playing incredible. The goalies are Coronado and Gritty. What more can you say there? But I mention all that
Yeah.
because when you talk about depth, that's definitely one of the strengths of the Generals. But they're going against a team that is probably one of, if not the deepest teams in the league, and that's obviously why we see them here today, and that's why they're consistent contenders for the championship. In the Blue Dragons. So obviously there's gonna be a hit there. Lines that you're seeing, but this is a team we could see can still is you have Seti, you have Carney, you have Wax. That's the high level. I think we lost Dan for a second. Thank you for the heads up, Wax. If that maintains, I'll get it fixed.
I'm back. Sorry, I'm having headset. I think it's Discord chat issues right now, ladies and germs, because I think you're coming in a little funky. I'm coming in a little funky. I know we're about to get started. I don't know where you left off there, BA. I have a lot to say about this series. I think we've got championship caliber everything that we're about to see. You got our defending champions. You got Seth Kells, Carney, Boss, Wax Poetic, Scoob Daddy, and the Wool Tunic. I mean, what more can you ask for out of a line? I know the showstopper has been a big portion going into that series, and for this team this season, and him being out is definitely a big deal for the Dragons. But they have the depth, and for the Generals, Sean, Mazer, Luigi, Gritty, Diesel, Dex, Danwitz, Coronado. They've performed at a high level all season. Mazer, Sean, I think this is their 3rd or 4th season together. The Generals are an OG team here. They haven't won the cup. They won a World Cup together, which I know they were pumped about, but it sure ain't the same, man. They want that cup really bad. And good news for them, they drafted extremely well, and they got unbelievable talent. They have Danwitz, who might arguably be having an MVP caliber season. The guy just doesn't lose games in this league. It's pretty crazy. And Dex, his partner in crime, if you're not, listen, that's fine. You want to double coverage Danwitz, you're gonna have to deal with Dex, who just first off, he lit my ass up. Hats off to Dex in the last series. They played unbelievable. Gritty, OG, arguably one of the greatest goalies in this good league's history. The guy just performs everywhere. He wins cups. The guy knows how to perform in the playoffs. I'm pumped for tonight. I know that there's a lot going into tonight. Coronado, another. I can't believe I don't want to give Coronado is a stalwart elite level goalie here, season in, season out. There's just sweat all the way around. Both these matchups, I'm ready for it. I think we're going to be getting started here any second. BA, you here, man? Are we alive?
I am here. I am here and ready to go. I know the games are starting up soon. Just making sure Everything sounds good on the way out to you, but I'm very excited for the matchups we got, and you picked up right where I left off. I was just saying, hey, this is depth versus depth, and even though Showstopper's not going to be able to make this series, these are two very deep teams, and this is really a embarrassment of riches for multiple lines for all of these teams, really, because this is it, like you said, you're going to need to re-chill the ice after some of these games.
Oh yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Listen. Shout out to the VVHL, to this entire community. It's been an unbelievable season, a little bit of a crazy season in some ways, but as far as gameplay, um, we're every season. It just gets better and better with the level of gameplay we see here from our community. We've seen more newer players that become real good real quick because they're just getting swept up by these boys, and we appreciate all of you. I'm pumped for next season. Hey, shout out to the VV6L. Shout out to my boys at the Waxy Pads. You know, we're down 1-1 last week. Pumped for Thursday. And if you haven't signed up, if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, hey, man, I wonder if I registered for next season, just go to the link and register just in case. It'll tell you if you did. But if you're on the fence, let us know. There's going to be a lot of changes. I know we're currently reviewing ownership applications. We're going through the new admin applications. We have folks that are interested in media, the Players Association. We definitely, if you've ever wanted to be involved and help make really big time decisions, do the application for the Players Association. Hats off to the PA. This season was a tough one for them, just like last season. Sometimes it's not easy to review things, and they've provided extremely valuable input for us. Things that we may not agree with, or they may not agree with. We always see eye to eye. I don't think that there's anything that we've ever we've always been able to work through everything, and that's the best thing, and we learn from them. So I'm pumped, man. Anyway, let's get into real hockey. I know one game's getting ready to start. I think who we got, man? Who is that getting fired up? We got the
I believe we're
Dutchman in
looking at
Tampa.
there you go.
Dutchman in Tampa, ready to rock and roll. Man, I'm ready.
The OI Caustic Revenge Tour starts very soon.
It starts soon.
Looks like we're gonna have Scheif. See, I love the love the unity there that we see from the Flying Dutchman on the intro.
Caustics tomorrow, fellas. And we're off. We got JG. We got Scheif. And we got... Who is it? I think that's Mobsky. I gotta look. And for the Dutchman, 99. Meinhardt, Kraut, Stefano.
Dangerous.
Danger.
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 I believe the Tribe had Aviator in net right now.
Yep. And who is labeled as Hasek?
And this is the danger that you have with the Tribe. They are very good at passing, very good at maintaining possession, very good at making sure that you are not getting any opportunity to get the relief from the pressure that you're looking for.
Yeah, you're not lying, man. You are not lying.
There was a point in the season where there was 3 people in the top 10 of assists from that team, so it goes to show you just how
they move the puck really well. These guys, all these teams can cycle and will cycle. Big 1T by JG. Nice try.
Very good job to get there.
Yeah, Tampa's taking their time, and that's exactly what they want to be doing. I mean, if you Dutchmen are a very good defensive team, but they score a lot of big time, very sexy goals, and it's usually real quick, and they're fast to get it out. So if they can protect that, if they can sit back on those boys and protect that, that's going to be a big thing for the Tribe. Oh, 100% big save already for the Generals.
And the pressure that we saw defensively from the Dragons already has been immense. I mean, there was not a lot of opportunity in space, but I think that's why we might see the Generals try to strike a little bit faster than they usually do.
Oh yeah, you're not lying, man.
New Jersey's got it along the wall. Looks to set up at the point now.
They're getting good pressure. This is what the Generals want to be doing.
As the goaltender decides to hang on to this one.
There's just so much pedigree on all this ice. It's crazy. All top level players. These are all our league leaders on the same time, baby. 0-0 hockey too.
For sure. The Generals right now are getting pelted by offensive pressure by the Dragons, but they are maintaining no problem.
They are. And Grady's in net.
And we have our first
big
goal.
save by Tunic. Tampa. What a find. That's such good patience. Goal to break out again.
More than half the period has expired. Tampa Bay's up 1-0.
Carney's just so dangerous with the puck.
The Warriors win that offensive zone face-off.
He can score from anywhere. He's great behind the net. He just danger.
Oh yeah, he moves quickly, moves efficiently, and like you said, there's no angle he can't hit a goal on.
No, great defense by the Generals, though. They're really playing patient. They're not biting right now, and that's what they need to be doing if they want to be successful against this line. Control the puck. Do not let Sedkels, Wax, and Carney have the puck that much. You can't do it. No matter how good you are, they're going to score goals. You need to minimize that. What possession, what passing, what a pass. T. Mazer, what a bury. Big goal for the Generals. Penalty shot in Tampa. Mobsky. What a save. What a save by the Dutchman. Gross. Anything you're noticing, BA, out of these teams?
Honestly, it's the pace right now. These are all teams that are capable of scoring quickly, scoring effectively and efficiently, but we are just seeing just immense amount of patience, and I'm sure it's partially a feeling out period, but it's also got to be an amount of respect that you have for who you're facing on the ice.
Yeah, both these teams know. I mean, I think there's definitely that too. Like, every single person on the ice for both these teams can definitely make you pay with a bad play. Believe me, I've been being as a man on the opposite side of many bad plays. They're just not the team you want to do it against. Neither any of these teams. I'm not speaking for any of them. You just don't want to fuck up.
Yeah, there are definitely teams that we are seeing tonight that are just the
defense by the Dragons.
The most dangerous in the league on turning around defensive mistakes or offensive mistakes, excuse me. Oh, The Dutchman seeing the puck fly loosely in the crease has got to be terrifying, but good save there.
Yeah. That's a really good period of hockey by both sides, but for the Generals, that couldn't have gone better. That couldn't have gone better if you're the Generals in the first period, because you possessed the puck, you slowed it down, you made really smart passes, and you did not bite on the defense. That's exactly what you want to be doing if you're the Generals, and just one period at a time. Now for the Dragons, you're the fucking Dragons, okay? You're Seth Kells, you're Carney, and you're Wax Poetic. Play like it, play sweaty, get that swagger in there. You got to move the puck. You are so capable of doing more. You got to do it. You get in the, you know what? Where's Mikey Diesel? You got to want it, man. You got to want it. It's playoff hockey. They were up 3-0 in the last series, and they got that win, but they sure went 7. And they don't want to have to do that again. This team is capable of scoring goals. They had 6 shots. They outshot the Generals. For sure. They are capable of scoring goals. It's just having that patience. So, but great start for the Generals. And for Tampa, up 2-0, baby. 2-0 to finish out the first. That's going to be big.
That's a great way to start the series for the Tribe. And just to agree again with what you said about the Blue Dragons, they are so used to setting the pace. So for the Generals to be able to kind of force the Dragons to play at their pace is a little bit of shift of the normalcy in the league. So I wonder how that affects the Dragons throughout the remainder of the game if the Generals are able to maintain.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Second period start. Generals, Dragons. Their Generals coming out guns a blazing. Big shot, big save.
And they're doing good. The Generals are on limiting 2-1 scenarios. They're getting back on defense very quickly. So that is how they're setting that pace and able to really have that defensive first mindset.
Yep, they're rotating really well. And they're getting Luigi's stepping right up, and he's really played a really good game. No, I'm sorry, not Luigi. I can't call him that. He's not Luigi. I apologize, Mr. Mario. Oh, big poke the other way. Carney. Can't do it. Can't do it, big goal. That's the stuff you can't do. We just talked about it, right? Limit those mistakes. These are the players that make you pay. You don't want to break away with Carney or Kells. That's not what you want, no matter how good of a goalie you are. Second period starting for Tampa, the Dutchman. Big goal.
That's the 2-1 scenario that you're looking to avoid against the Dragons. But again, their defense and not only that, it's you say defense, so you think, oh, maybe the defensive players. It really, obviously, at this point in the season, you can't not have versatile and well-rounded players. But the Dragons seem to specialize in that, where anybody can play almost anywhere, seemingly.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you look at their lines, like, well, in season, I think this season they were actually pretty consistent. I could be completely wrong. Or they might have never played the same line. I can't remember. It's one of the two. But Kells knows how. Listen, it's either they're really consistent or not really consistent. Let's analyze that.
It's 50-50 shot. That's my
really
analysis.
50-50. And we'll go with both analysis on both sides.
I'm trying to play the field here.
I'm just saying that these guys know how to put a line together. It really doesn't matter. What a goal by the Dutchman. That was gross. Who was that?
Stefano.
Oh, that was gross. What a play. 2-1. Dutchman right back in it. Generals have really good possession. Big turnover.
Dutchmen are definitely a team comfortable pretty much in any situation in games. They have a lot of veterans on that roster, so they're not going to get overwhelmed in situations like this. I know it's still close, but even if there was more separation, the Dutchmen never seem to take their foot off the gas in terms of focus.
Never. They don't. These guys are all drive. They want to win. They want it bad. And Meinhardt has done such a tremendous job this season. Him and Stefano, they knew who they wanted. I think Kraut, going into the draft, I think everybody would have said he's a top 5, top 10 pick. First, 100% top 10. But I think other people were looking elsewhere at number 1. And the Dutchmen knew exactly what they wanted. And look at where they're at. And look at how they're playing.
And they've been playing strong all season with those decisions that they made and the trades as well.
Yeah. Good defense. Both these teams. All these games. There's only 2 of them. All 7 of these games. Sorry, guys. The other 5 are just off screen.
Totally different bracket.
It's totally different. I knew what you're talking about. It's the NIT bracket. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Oh, between the legs, he almost had it. He almost had that good old Crouch try to show off that number 1 pedigree. He's like, you know what? Talking about me on the stream? And put it between my legs.
And be fancy.
You gotta be fancy once in a while. Big, huge save by Aviator. What a fucking play, dude. My man. That guy's listen. I just got off the flight sim. Don't do this shit to me. Stop that. Carney's just so gross. He just trashed through everybody and almost scores. What a fucking play. Tampa's just controlling, but the Dutchmen are battling. This has been a good period for the Dutchmen. It just hasn't panned out in a goal as of yet.
New Jersey's gained possession along the boards.
Tampa just hasn't been able to get that cycle going quite as much this period, but they still got that lead. Defense
Yeah,
wins.
Dutchmen are doing a great job of blocking all the passing lanes, and that's again what we talked about a lot for the Tribe is that's their specialty is passing the puck, and the Dutchmen have done a great job of making sure those passing lanes are clogged at all times, especially around the net.
The dive poke by not Luigi is ridiculous. 9 times out of 10, I don't know if that really works. Sometimes it backfires, but what a play.
That's evidence of wanting it, is what I'm hearing.
He drank his Oregano quench today. Man, it's just deflection city for the Dutchmen. It's just crazy. What defense by Tampa. Almost got that through. We talked about how sweaty this would be. This has been a battle on both sides. 2-1 games. We're in the second period. We're about to be going into our second intermission. Generals up 2-1 and a big goal, game time goal by Stefano. It's 2-2.
A minute left in the
unassisted. Stefano with that pressure up front. Difference maker in this game. 2-2. They've been knocking at the door all period. They played a really, really good second period. It's not over yet, and Tampa's still Tampa. So let's not forget that. Big hit.
Sure, but Stefano has got a capability to take over games at any time.
Oh, he almost got that through. 2-2. We're tied in Tampa. Is 2-1 Generals up going into the third period against the Dragons? What a start so far.
It's really going to be, especially for the Generals, maintaining what they've already been doing. Like you're saying, they're doing all the right things right now. I got to imagine though, there's always a part of you that's just like, all right, time to hit the gas, especially in fours. So it's good to see after 2 periods that the Generals have maintained that patience, because for me that would be the hardest thing to maintain throughout 3 periods. So we'll see if it alters at all in the third. But so far they've been doing a great job at that.
You play your game. You continue to possess the puck. This is what wins for the Generals. And listen, I was on that team, and I think part of the challenges that we had with the line that I was on was we just couldn't find our rhythm cycling the puck, and a lot of that definitely came from my side, and it just wasn't clicking. And they're performing at a high level tonight. Dragons are right there. I mean, this is anybody's game in either of these games.
Oh yeah.
I think we have a freeze in that game? Oh no, we don't. That's the intermission. Generals drive. They're looking. Sean's looking. Big block. Oh, Carney's so dang fast, dude. Sometimes you just feel, and he's looking. What a finish! What a pass! That's the stuff the Dragons do. Those really tight in front passes by the Blue Dragons, they've been doing it for such a long time. And those two, what a find. Like, crazy play.
And taking that extra second just to make sure that all the defenders had moved out of the way, that's the make or break for them. But you've seen the shot total difference between these two teams. I mean, the way that the Dragons have been pelting Coronado, I believe, is in net. So the way that he's been pelted this evening with pucks in comparison is, it's only a matter of time if that continues.
Yeah, you ain't wrong. It's Gritty in net.
Oh, Gritty, my apologies.
No problem. Big save by Tunic. And Tampa scores. What a big goal. Third period goal. Good old Shy. Freddie is sweaty. He is. And then Tampa scores. Sean, a huge big goal. Oh, boy. 3-2 game. Dutchman need to get it right back.
Absolutely.
Big defense, JG. You want to talk about a guy who's versatile? That guy's been a center, a wing in this league, and a big pass, a big finish. Freddie for the hat trick, and Tampa goes up too. Dutchman had such a good second period. This period, Tampa's slowed it down. They took that extra second, making sure they get that space, and it's paying off for them. Big goals.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is a team that can turn it on quick, and when they get an avenue to keep scoring goals, they're going to take that opportunity.
But the Dutchmen get it right back. They're right back in this 4-3.
What I love about
Mr.
sports,
Kraut.
talk long enough, somebody's going to score.
Big save by Tunic. Tampa's right back going the other way. Big defensive play. Dragon cycling. Trying to figure out where to go. Big 1-T by Carney. It's tied. 3-3. You want to talk about somebody who's never won an MVP but is always in the MVP conversation, who wins cups? I think he's got 3 already, Mr. Carney. Crazy.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure some of the credit's going to go to the setup man for a lot of those goals and Seti and Wax, but yeah, Carney is one of the best.
Big defense by Sean. They had it. Turnover, 3-3. Dragons, Generals. Big goal by Tampa to go up 2. Freddie again. He's got 4 goals. 4 goals in this game 1.
Seems to be having quite a playoff for himself. And not that Freddie didn't have a good regular season, just more so these last couple of weeks, it's been a shining spotlight on just how good Freddie can be in these clutch situations.
You ain't wrong. 3-3 still, Generals, Dragons. 7 minutes left, game 1. Tampa up 5-3, a little over 9 minutes left in the third. Critical time in this game. Oh, almost deflected in. Good play by the Generals. Sean drives. Big save by Tunic again. Tampa's looking for that next pass. Possess the puck. Smart hockey. Don't play too safe. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing, and getting good opportunities in the meantime. But that clock is melting. 6 minutes left. That is going fast. They're just taking they're going to take their time if they're going to get the space, and a big, oh, what a save. Dutchman the other way. They need a goal, and they need one quick. They got 5 minutes left to do it. Oh, big interception by Freddie. Good defense by the Dutchman. They got 4 minutes left. Down in Dragons, Generals, 3-3. Generals possess. Mazur's looking around. Sean's got it. Back to Mazur. Looking for that next pass. What is he going to do with it? He's going to go top shelf. Big save by Tunic. Not today. Dutchman needs something quick. 2 minutes left. Down 2. Big save by Aviator. Tampa's going to take their time for sure. Get that energy back. Kill that clock. Big interception by Sean. Good defense to get that off him by Seti. We got a minute left for the Dutchman. Big save by Gritty.
Under a minute left for both the games.
Dragons got it. 40 seconds. Trying to slow it down. Get their play. Big poke by Luigi. Mazur, big hit. "25 seconds. General's looking for something. Big hit by the Dragons. Back the other way. I think it's a 2-on-1. We got 15 seconds. They're looking great defense. Yeah, he's just going to hold on to that. Grady's like, no, man. No. We ain't tossing that out. It's a tie game. I think they got 13 seconds left. I think Tampa's taking this one. They got 15 seconds. They're just going to kill that clock, man. This playoff hockey. They need that win.
Big start for the Tampa Bay Tribe in Game 1.
Huge. Dutchmen were right there. They controlled that whole second period. Third period, they came out. They let up one. It was an unfortunate, and they just couldn't get the momentum going again. Big win by Tampa. We're going to OT, though.
Oh, already bonus hockey.
Bonus hockey, baby. Or is it bonus hockey? Or is that the play of the period? Please don't tell me I looked away at the wrong time.
It ended 3-3 unless something magical happened. But
I mean, I do like magic. I
hey,
ain't gonna lie.
I'm a fan as well, as long as you're not.
That was a really good game one for Tampa. Very hard fought for the Dutchmen. It's really minor adjustments, right? They outshot them. Time on attack, big difference. 8 minutes to 13 minutes. They got to possess the puck more, cycle it. Don't let Scheif get open in front of the net. Mopsky with no goals, but he facilitates. That's fine. It's whoever's going to score the goals, that's what works. A lot of big plays.
And that's the mindset that the Tribe have had all season. Whoever scores, let them score. Don't get in their way. Just let them go. Because all of these players on this team, I mean, for the forwards, seemingly they've all had moments throughout the season where they're going on streaks or whatever it may be, and some of them hitting at the right time right now, like Freddie. But definitely not a game that you can walk away as a Dutchman and go, okay, well, we didn't do enough good at all. No, there's a lot to take out of that game.
We're back the other way.
Happy about it.
With the Generals. Oh, you ain't wrong, man. Generals back the other way. Sean's going to drive. He might get separation. A pass to, Wax almost actually into his own nest, but good old Tunic scoops that up. He's like, no. Overtime hockey, game one already. Big tie up. Oh, back the other way. It's Carney. Can Wax catch him? Carney's going to protect, watch the wrap. That's what he does, and he does it. Carney's going to go the other way, get around Wax. What a tight wrap by him. He protects the puck so well. Unbelievable finish to that game. Heartbreaker for the Generals. They commanded a lot of that game. They really played really strong defensively. I think the Dragons didn't expect that match. And I think that they came in maybe a little bit not knowing what they were getting themselves into with the Generals, but I think that this is going to be a very tough series. Really, really tough series. And that's a big win by the Blue Dragons. Hell of a goal by Carney, and Will Tunic standing on his head. Holy smokes, man. Excellent defense by both these teams all night so far.
And you called it, I think, before the game and in the middle of it, of just how good Carney is about working around the net. And it went to show very clearly there at the end of that game, especially when he works his way around the back of his net. I mean, the guy seems at home there all the time, ready to finish. And sometimes EA Sports seems to be on his side sometimes, it feels like, just because of how successful.
He's just a master. That man can score from anywhere. And you put him up close, he just moves so well with the puck. He's got such a sense of like, okay, now it's time to slow it down. Let me protect this puck. I just need to get to that other side. I've got plan A, B, and C. And that's why I play defense, BA, because when I get the puck and I'm going towards the net, it's like, it's plan A. And then, it's just all nerves. Carney don't have that, man. Carney don't have it.
The closer you get to the net, the more you're scared.
Oh, you ain't joking. We got Tampa and the Dutchman here.
Kicking off game 2.
We ain't joking.
He has been under siege, and I'm loving his compete level. I mean, he's making consecutive saves one after another.
Lots of time left in this period. Still no score in this one. Tampa Bay's going to start with the puck.
Tampa's looking to possess. What a win. That was a really tough fought battle. Dutchman, I think I mean, there's no soft line anywhere, but this is going to be a big one for them. They don't want to go down two. Got to even it up. They know everybody knows it's going to be a long series. I think for both these matchups, I think everybody expects it. It's going to be a battle. Let's tie it up. Go the other way. Ooh, off the post. Almost had that wrap.
Straight up the middle. Here they come.
Oh, so close.
That was really close, man.
Taken along the wall by Jones. Big
It just looks like the Tribe are picking up where they left off. Like you're saying, just a game of possession.
Oh yeah, always. Yeah, there it is. And there it is. Big goal.
Sometimes when there's one, there's more to come.
Tampa Bay's got the puck against the half wall.
Wood's so effective in the O-zone. I mean, he knows how to put the puck to the
So
net.
on defense and fours, what are you focused more on? An individual player as while you're trying to defend, or can you have the opportunity to kind of work in zones around the net?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for me, it's as a defenseman, it's two ways, right? Like I'm the last line of defense, so I can't there's nobody behind me at any point. No one could be doing that unless we're in our zone. What a snipe! I'm so sorry, crazy crowd.
You're fine.
That was gross.
Yeah,
That was
a
gross.
lot of
But
trash.
I'm looking to protect my goalie and facilitate out and cycle. I mean, there's always going to be times where you're going to have that one-on-one action down low, but that's what she said. But really, what we're going to be focused on is, if your center staying on the center, winger staying on the winger, but they have that cycle as well, and they're going to rotate with that defenseman too. It really does depend. As a defenseman, the dream is always finding that team that's going to trust you at the point, include you in that cycle, because it always works out better. When any team that has ever won in this league has always had strong chemistry, everybody touching the puck. That's a big thing. And the one-man shows can only get you so far in this league. Can't do it. You can't just have that one guy that's going to be the main goal scorer, the one guy that's going to be, well, I only sit here and do this one thing. You got to have versatility and you got to have good communication, and it's all about that cycle, man. It really is. It always is. And defense. Just don't get caught pinching, man. Can't just go for hits. 1-1 Dutchman Tampa. And we got another guest. Long time. Last season's, I believe. Oh, big goal for the Dutchman. Last season's owner of the year, I think it was owner of the season, Mr. Hoagie. Owner of the Slicers is here with us. Mr. Hoagie, are you here, man?
Hello.
Good evening.
Pleasure to be on here with you guys, Steve.
Pleasure with you, buddy. How's one, congrats on a great season to you and the Slicers, but what are your thoughts on tonight? What are you seeing so far? You've played all these boys many, many times.
Yeah, it's I mean, all the teams that are left here are just fantastic individuals, fantastic teams. So I mean, it's going to be a grind to get to the finals. Let's just say that.
Oh yeah. What do you think so far from the games tonight? Anything you're seeing that you think swaying you one way or the other?
I'm actually just checking in on the games. I was out at bowling this evening and didn't get the chance to.
Hey man,
catch
how'd you
up
do?
on it all,
Big
so.
goal by the Dragons. Wax Poetic twice in 2 games has come up and they have found him. You want to? Listen. As a member of that Blue Dragons team that won a cup last season, I can tell you I got more love offensively from Cardi and Sedkels because they just want to win. They rotate it, and when you perform at a high level on defense, they're going to trust you more with that puck. And no one's more high level on defense, arguably, in this league than Wax Poetic. Big goal by Wax. Dutchman up 2-1 against the Tribe. Sorry, BA.
No, you're good. I was just going to say they've hit a stride with feeling the comfort with getting the puck to Wax to finish, and we see once again the Dragons score.
Sedkels, Dollar General.
So
He is the Dollar General.
Did you get a turkey ball tonight? Or did we maybe a clean 300 or something? How'd you do?
Yeah, How we do?
It was actually my end of the season banquet for my Tuesday night league. So we just went and ate some pizza and collected some money.
Dude,
Ah,
so you did well enough to collect some money. That's what we're talking about, Boogie. Big goal by Carney. The Blue Dragons are cooking. Bum bum bum.
feeling out period is over.
It's over. These boys remembered who they were, and boy, did they remember why. First period, halfway through, Dragons up 3-0. Generals got to get back to that point that they are cycling the puck and possessing, and a big, big goal by Shawnahue. You got to have one back.
Yeah, he knows just how quickly things can get away from you when you're playing the Dragons.
Yeah. Now Luigi on the assist, my man. Listen, he's not Luigi. Hoagie, I heard. Listen, stop DMing me, telling me, dude, his real name is Luigi. He's lying to everybody. It's VMZ, man. You got to put that in the report.
I gotta say about Luigi, just to talk about him for a minute. I had him on the slices and drafted him as a rookie this season, and guy is a fantastic defenseman, a fantastic guy in the locker room, and I was very privileged to have him.
Well, that's hey, man, he's a stud.
Yeah. I gave him
Good passing by the Generals. They're getting that feel out there. They're figuring it out. Dragons up 2. This is what you want if you're the Dragons. You won a cup last season, dominating offense, excellent defense, and impeccable goaltending. Having Tunic and net in playoffs in this league is a treat. It's a treat, man. It's a treat. Wax the other way. Big save by Gritty. Oy, oy, oy.
I'm not going to keep an eye on the total goals scored for these teams, because we haven't seen anybody exceed 5, and that's just not the norm for what we saw in the season. We saw a pretty decently high-scoring season from game to game. So
big goal by the Dutchman.
Just goes to show how strong defense and goalies are.
Mr. Stefano's having himself a night. He is.
Can't stop over there.
Can't do it. Generals want to get another one back here. They're looking. Big save by Tunic. The guy's gross. It's just gross.
I do have to say about that Generals and Dragons series, Dan, is that you have like comparison to like Patrick Wall and Martin Brodeur between Gritty and Tunic in the net there. 2 of the most fantastic goalies that I've ever seen and played against in this league.
Yeah, man.
I just score on both of them, that's for sure.
No, that's you're not wrong there, Hoaxster. Those guys are perennial playoff just winners. Those guys are in the playoffs. They win a lot of games. I would love to see. Man, first off, shout out to Hatfield Kid, who has been behind the scenes just saving the history of this league as we transition to our next. And I'm very excited to transition. We're going to be moving to Shellhead next season for our stats, which is going to be spectacular. But, that's a big goal by the Mobski. There's his goal.
He was so patient there.
Yeah, he was. But I would love to see who has the most wins as a goalie in our league history. That would be interesting to know. I think Gritty's got to be up there. He's been here forever. But Tunic's got to be up there too. Tunic's been here, I think this is his 3rd season. First season, he was mainly a winger, I believe. I think that I don't even know if he might. Yeah, he was drafted, but I can't remember. I know he mainly played forward.
And the Dutchmen are up.
4-3. Huge.
Yeah. Crazy crowd with the go-ahead goal there.
Thank you, good side. Dragons are up, but the Generals are getting good chances. Tunic is playing out of his mind. What else is new?
Right.
This is
Same,
like
same old.
we're just we're it's just gonna keep happening every season. Tunic's gonna take the MVP every season.
Icing is the call. We'll get a reset.
Hey, BA, remember that time we talked about it before the stream that I was gonna need a couple mementos? I think I'm gonna go do that.
Hey, you want to enjoy? I'll be here with Hoagie.
Vroom vroom, everyone. I'll be right back.
Yeah, gonna get our super Hoagie going on.
So, BA, speaking about the conversation about all-time wins with Tunic and Gritty, I happened to take a look at my stats online. Shout out to my stats online. From everything, like career stats-wise, from everything from season 4 to the playoffs to the World Cup to season 5. And Gritty has 56 wins in 87 games, and Tunic has 47 wins in 69 games.
Oh wow! So even with a little bit more opportunity, it's still not very far apart. That's crazy to think about. But that just goes to show how quickly Wool came into this league and immediately started being
Very much so.
a strong goalie.
Yeah, Gritty has a 738 save percentage with a 5.44 goals against average, while Tunic has a 744 save percentage with a 5.21 goals against average. So, I mean, it's a pretty evenly matched, I have to say.
Sounds like it. And of course, just as Backblast walks away, not Luigi gets the goal. It's been calling his name all evening, and while Dan is away, not Luigi can play. And we are seeing a reverse score from the first game right now, 5-3 for the Flying Dutchman over the Tampa Bay Tribe, but they're in the second, so we got plenty of time to get more goals and to see that lead either extend or get closed in on.
Now,
The
BA,
Dragons.
if I don't
Yeah, go
mind
ahead.
here for a second, can I ask what the scores of game 1 was?
So it was 5-3 Tribe over Tampa Bay. I mean, sorry, Tribe over the Dutchman, and
Yep.
then game 1 for the Generals and Dragons ended, I believe, 4-3. It was a overtime game
For the Dragons?
for the Dragons. Yes,
Okay. So very close games to start off our night.
absolutely, and we're seeing the script flipped here. If I could get my words together. For the Dutchman, it's just going to be a matter of trying to hold off this high-powered offense and this offense that has no problem just taking their time. Especially in the second period, the Tribe are just going to keep slowing everything down and doing their best to just make sure that the time runs out, but their opportunities don't to get the goal in net. Hoagie, you and your team put together quite a series with the Dragons. As somebody who's gone 7 games before, especially with the strategy that you implement, is there a hangover in some way that to playing a 7-game series, or is it really just you're able to walk in pretty fresh after those series, given a little bit of break in between?
Oh man, going back to big saves by Tunic there, just as I get ready to speak. It's last season was a grind. I had to say. I mean, we went 7 with the bananas, 6 with the cookies, aka the law firm, and we won 6 with the dragons. So I mean, there was no. I mean, there was a tiny break, but I mean, I'd be playing essentially 3 nights a week, every week, right? And it's hard. It's hard on the mental health. I'm sorry, because I mean some of those games are just you got to be very locked in and focused, and everything just turns to that one game for that night, right? Like every game means
Yeah.
something.
Absolutely, especially in situations where your back's against the wall. I know, unfortunately, against the Dragons, you were in that situation, but the way you all played back was, I mean, it'd be overlooking it to say that it was expected just because of the way you guys tend to play in the second half of series and really the way you played in the second half of the season. So, but it was just a great series through and through. So it sounds like more so as long as you're not doing it every week, there's an opportunity for you to get some of that rest and not feel so, like I said, hungover, I guess. But
Yeah.
when it's week in and week out, that's really when things start to catch up with you.
Oh, very, very much so. Very much so. We didn't
3-2.
really do it.
Dragons score again.
Yeah,
That's
Luigi
correct.
scored
Got the-
just as you stepped away there, Dan.
Yeah, that's right.
Who?
That's right.
Luigi?
Not Luigi.
It's Luigi. His name is Luigi.
Call it what it is. Call a spade a spade. Call Luigi.
Generals. Dutchman up 5-3 into the third. Somebody asked in the chat what the series they're at. It's Tampa won game 1 and the Dragons won game 2. Really close games.
That was a 4-3 score, right? I was telling Hoagie that.
Yeah, it was. And then the Dutchman tribe, I can't remember. It might have been 5-3.
Yeah, well, we got a flip-flop score right now for
Yeah.
the Dutchman, and the tribe took the first game.
Back the other way, Stefano, 1-on-1 with JG. Big shot, big save. You're down 3-2 to the Dragons. You lost game 1. You're the Generals. Third period coming. Hoagie, what are you saying in that locker room? You know these boys.
Oh man, you gotta take every chance that you can get against a strong team like the Dragons, man. I mean, I would just want
Goal
to have
by
them
the
last
Mobski.
week.
Yeah,
It's just,
I
every chance you can
Well-
get to get a lead on them, it just you gotta.
you were down 3-0, right? You were down 3-0, and then you won 3 in a row. You were a huge part of that. What were the big difference makers? Do you think? What was the big difference? What brought you guys success compared to, I guess, Tuesday night to Wednesday night? What were the big changes that you guys had to make?
It was just the way that I line matched, right? Like I gave both lines 2 games each, and then
Yep.
I stuck out the big line on my team when we needed it the most in the elimination games when they were on the line,
Yeah.
and it seemed to be work out successfully. Shout out to G Woods though, he stepped in big in Game 6 on defense to help us get to a Game 7.
Yeah, he did. Big save for the Generals. Cardi doesn't miss those. They did it game 1. Oh, my Lord. 5-4. Dutchman still up, but gave up 1 on that lead.
And the aggression from the Dragons has not lessened at all. They are chasing.
No.
every ball handler.
No, you can't do that. I mean, I could tell you, Hoagie will tell you, the second you start playing differently to try to protect the lead, you give up a goal. It just happens. You can't play differently. You got to play. You can play more cautious, go back the other way, and a big goal by Seti. What patience. Waited for the slide. And on the other side, the Tampa Bay Tribe have just tied the game. It is 5-5 in Tampa. Holy crap.
And you were talking about not getting an opportunity in the first game. Mobski's taking opportunities in the second game.
Oh, yeah.
Giving him to him or taking him, he's going to go with him.
Yeah, he's versatile. Oh, and a tip in, and the Dutchman get it back. Tell me that's Stefano again. What a series so far. Gross. Excellent play. Way to go to the point. They left him open. They gave him time. Stefano knows what to do with that. Big save by Gritty. General's got to do something quick. They got 13 minutes. It's plenty of time in force hockey, but not against the Blue Dragons. You need to get that momentum back. Excellent defense by the Dragons. They are just not biting. Big pass, big finish by Sean, and they take it, and it's now 4-3. We just talked about it. It's like they can hear me, man. You know what? That's really, I'm going to take credit for that. I'm just going to do it. I think that one was me. You know what I mean? Like, big goal by Sean. Good movement. Not Luigi on the apple. The Dutchman up 6-5. We got 3 minutes left. Tampa took game 1. And they're back the other way. Tampa's moving. Meinhardt's tracking. It's a 2-on-1. And what a big goal. Freddie with the patience. He just makes everybody move. If you pinch, he's going to pass it. It's pick your poison with that. What a finish tie game. Tampa, Dutchman.
Strikes and Mobsky together.
Big penalty shot, and the game is tied. Generals and Dragons at 4-4. This is crazy. Got a minute left between Tampa and the Dutchman. We're tied at 6 apiece. We've got just over 11 minutes left. Dragons, Generals, and it's tied 4-4. Anybody's game. And the Dutchmen score again. Stefano, big goal. This is just gross. Tampa's looking. They got 49 seconds moving that puck. Mobsky's making a move. Oh, what a block. But it goes right back to him, and he buries it. Tampa ties it up again. This is crazy, man. Back and forth. Wow. 4-4, 7-7, third period, 40 seconds left. Tampa's got the puck. Freddie's looking to find somebody. Big hit by Stefano and back the other way. You got Crazy Kraut and JG. Big block by JG. Awesome defense. Possessing, taking his time. That's what JG does. He slowed that whole thing down. You got 20 seconds. Tampa's got the puck in the Dutchman zone. Looking to cycle, looking to pass, big defensive play back the other way. Meinhardt's going to carry. Looking for somebody. He's going to shoot. Big save by Aviator. 2 seconds left. We're going to OT. Oh, no, we got a penalty shot. No, we're not. We've got a penalty shot for Meinhardt. The Dragons just score. They take the lead. 5-4. Big goal for Carney. Shocker from Seti.
And their numbers game is always lethal.
Oh, man. Meinhardt breakaway. Oh, he's going to score. I think. I don't even. How many seconds are left? 3?
One or less.
One or less? I don't know what happened. And the Generals get one right back. It's tied again. Just under 2. And the Dutchmans they're gonna take game 2. We're tied up. That was a crazy game.
That was great. Back and forth.
We're back. We're tied. Generals and Dragons game 2. Dragons have the series lead so far, 1-0. Generals battled back. Game 1 was OT. This has just been crazy. Dragons just love drama, man. Dragons equal drama. They just love crazy games. Good possession. Oh, what a save by Gritty. Back the other way for the Generals. Looking. Oh, good patience by Luigi. Excellent save by Tunic. Back the other way, looking for the pass. Excellent defense by Sean. We're back the other way. It's 1-on-1. He's going to drive. Seti's looking to block that. Puts it around the net. Luigi's going to get it, but he's going to get murdered. It's just, well, actually, we're fine there. Good pickup by Sean. Back the other way, but Wax is going to get it. We got 35 seconds. It's a tie game. Seti's going to carry. He's looking. Big poke by Luigi. Looking again. He gets a round deal. Seti still got it. He's behind the net. You don't like that. Big poke by Luigi. We got 17 seconds left. Got it up to Sean. They're driving in. No matter what, they don't want to. Sean's going to drive. What a backhand. Great save. He's got it right back. One-timer off the post by Mazer. Oh, my Lord. And it's back the other way. Carney's got it. You don't want this. Big pickup. We're going to overtime again between the Dragons and the Generals. It's game 2. This is bananas.
It's insane. Now, 1-goal game. We just saw for the Flying Dutchman to take game 2, and we're going back-to-back overtimes. I mean, somehow these series are outperforming the series we saw in the last in the quarterfinals. This is incredible.
This is Joey friggin' bananas. We've got 1-1 going into the 1-1 series between the Dutchman and the Tribe. Crazy finish with the penalty. Less than a handful of seconds. That's exactly what you needed for the Dutchman. They played a really good game one. Hats off to the Tribe. They are sweaty. And the next line that they've got to is just as sweaty. So, and the same thing for the Dutchman. So this has been a true battle. This game 3 is going to be pivotal. You want this to go into tomorrow. This is, okay, well, now let's play the Lions game. Who do I feel like is really hot right now? We're going to see how tomorrow night goes with game 1. But this is the numbers game. It's going to be sweat for sweat, or do they split it even? But either way, you want that momentum. We're in OT. Generals, Dragons. Big hit by Mazer. Turnover, though, by Shawnee Boy. Just had a pass back the other way. Wax is going to cycle. He's looking. He's got low. Good save by Gritty. Just sit on that. Generals need this one. They battled that last game. I really felt that they were in there every step of the way, and then just slipped through their fingers. This is one you got to have. You can't lose 2 OT in a row. This is the one you got to have right now.
And you got to feel really confident in the way you've been playing. These first 2 games, it's just a matter of finishing. That's really what it's all about right now.
Yep. 2-on-1 back the other way. Mazer's got it. Hits the Sean. Oh, unfortunate offsides. That's a big poke. You got a little piece of that. And Tampa and Dutchman going right back. Game 3 starting. And now we're we get this. These are my favorite jerseys in the V. I love the Dutchman shit. Tampa's got it in their zone. Back to his OT game. Carney's going to drive. He's looking. This is where he's so dangerous. You can't let him do it again. Oh, what a save that by Gritty. He almost had it again. That would have been 2 games like that. General's got to slow this down. Slow this game down. Possess the puck. This is where they win. That's how they score. Carney's going to drive. He's looking. Can't give him those corners. Oh, what a pass. What a find. It said he buries it. And they take games 1, game 2. Both games go to OT. Both times, Dragons win again. Heartbreak for the Generals. Excellent hockey by the Generals. Excellent hockey by the Dragons. Crazy finish.
And the margin for error was so small on that.
So small.
I mean,
yeah.
You saw the defense just absolutely crowd the goalie. You saw one person go behind the net, and just before they could get back into position to make sure the left post was protected, there's the goal. So that's the kind of difference in skill set that we're seeing. Very, very, difference in skill sets, minuscule. Hair thin difference between how talented these teams are.
Yep. In this Tribe Dutchman game, it's still 0-0. We've gotten through a lot of time. They really had 1 shot by Tampa. It's like they knew that the other game was really crazy. Tampa's driving, big save. Get it on out of there.
Just as a reminder, we are 1-1 in the Tampa Bay Flying Dutchman game, and we are 0-2 for the Generals versus the Tribe, with the Tribe, the Dragons, with the Dragons up 2-0.
You ain't wrong. Dutchmen are driving. They're looking. Back behind the net, but nobody's home. Freddie's going to drive. Looking for Mobsky. Big finish by Freddie, though. Tribe get the lead. What a season by Freddie, man. Comes back to the league. I mean, he is known in some Sixes circles. I don't think really anybody knew, how that talent was going to translate back into forwards, especially with the VVHL. Where, quite frankly, over the past 3 seasons, season over season, we've had tremendous growth in skill level, for sure, I would say. I think we've had a lot of talent that's come to our league and has really kind of made everybody had to step their game up. And I think it's just going to keep being that way. I know there's some folks in the wings and in our chat. Shout out Zayner. that I think that hasn't even set foot on a VVHL ice, only played in the FL this season, and they're going to make a massive difference here too.
And so many of those players that were added late to the law firm, I can only imagine what they're going to be like with a whole season underneath their belt.
Yeah, they played a great, like, hats off to those guys, and shout out Mariota. Mariota's a freaking legend.
Hartline's got it in the offensive zone. Counters a shot. Oh, close to beauty.
Tribe holding on to that lead. This has been another different game. Last game, they couldn't stop. Neither one of these teams could stop scoring. Now we're almost to the end of the first period. 5 total shots. How things change. Everybody's slowing it down, looking for the right shot. They don't want to be caught, man. They don't want to do it. Good defense by the Dutchman. Mopsky still got it, though. You don't want that. Big poke.
Seems like they're having a harder time getting the flow of offense. We've seen so many interceptions and pokes.
Big goal by the Dutchman. Good movement. That was a good give and go. Everybody's touching that puck. And who are we talking about? Mr. Stefano again. Arguably, I mean, I feel like that's our guy that we've been talking about a lot. Him, Carney a lot. Setkel's with the big goal. Wool Tunic. There's just been names all over the place. On the Generals, big time. That Luigi has played unbelievable tonight on defense. Not to point out just the defensive player. I think Sean and Mazer both have played great. Grady's been gritty, man. He's just gritty. But I think as a rookie, Luigi has really impressed me, man. Really has impressed me tonight. Back the other way for the Dutchman. Tampa almost had that one. 1-1 game, 4 seconds left. They're just looking to do something with it. One. It's a goal. It's a goal. What a tip. Stefano again. 2-1 going into the end of the first. Series tied 1-1. Big game.
And like you're saying, I mean, Stefano is playing out of his mind right now. There's just no argument there. The way playing against the Tribe, obviously, you know how strong that team is, how well they play together. For Stefano to find as much success as he has, especially in playoff hockey, been really impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you that I think Kraut, Stefano, Rifle, those guys have kind of been that glue, that crew that have been rolling together for a bit in this league and kind of just finding their way. This is a level of success that they were hoping for. And I know that those boys want it real bad. And this is a tough team to have to go through. And they're playing spectacular tonight. Stefano's been unbelievable. The goaltending has been excellent. Defense has been all over the place. Like, there's high scoring games, but you're not seeing a lot of like really bad defensive plays or just defense not being present. Everybody's playing out of their minds tonight. So hats off to all these teams.
100%.
Do we got a freeze? Or is that just EA being EA? I can see the crowd moving, but those guys aren't moving. Okay, yeah, it's just EA being
While
EA.
we have a break in the action here, I took a look on MSO, and took a look at the season series between these teams, and there was no sweeps. Between the Generals and the Dragons, it was a 2-2 tie with one of the games going to overtime, and the Tribe in Dutchman was 3-2 in favor of the Tribe. So I mean,
I will say what's interesting in that, and there's a fun stat because I was googling all this, or I was using the internet and figuring out statistics. And,
Love the analytics.
I love the internet. Thanks, Bob Dawson. That was Al Gore, actually.
Yeah.
But each team had exactly 19 goals scored against each other in the season. Oh, it's an unfortunate goal, but a goal nonetheless for Stefano again. I don't know. Was that a tip? That was a weird one. I want the replay. They're going to hit A, though. We're not going to see it. We're never going to see it again.
Need to go to Toronto where we get that replay.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go to Toronto. Dutchman's got a 2-goal lead going into the second. Again, we're talking about those guys who've been playing together since the Bananas days, since before that. And These guys want to win together. All these, you're talking about ownership groups that know each other, that the core foundation know each other really well. It just kind of happens, and it's definitely happened here, and it makes for interesting storylines. JG and Mikey PT, close friends. Shawnee and Mazer, very, very close, and like another elite level team. And Seti, Carney, been there, done that. Won a cup last season. They've won cup on other teams, just drafted players. And I mean, but these are folks that have been playing together for a while, and that chemistry is showing tonight because this big time play, win or lose for both of these teams. This is the type of hockey that you're like, fuck, we should have won that one, but it was a really good game. You can't be that mad about it, but you're still fucking mad about it. These are these games there, Hoagie. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, very much
You've
so.
been in those.
Have I ever?
Dutchman up 4-1.
Nah. Can we look up the stat of how many game 7s I've had to play over my career here?
We should look that up. Friday back the other way for Tampa. Big save initially, but the Mopsy's going to come in to clean. That's a big goal for Tampa. 2-goal gap. That's an attainable thing. It already happened tonight for multiple teams.
We haven't seen any changes to the lineups for the Dutchman and Tampa, correct? Okay, I wonder if we're going to see any changes in the O2 setup for the Dragons taking that. I could understand them keeping the same team on ice, but I wonder if the Generals might change it up at all.
I don't know. Generals, let's see. Let's take a... Do we see... Oh, yeah, we do. We see Shawnee, B-Max, Mazer, and Gritty. So B-Max is going to step in.
They're moving Tony back to defense.
DMD Dex. What the hell am I talking about? Sean, Dex, Mazer, and Gritty. Tony's
introduction of DMD Dex to that lineup is just firepower.
Yeah, we just got a little sweatier. We just got a little sweaty. Dex walked me, and that he did, man. He did like 3 times, and it's just he's a tough man to defend. That is a dude that scores a lot of goals. He does. Hats off to him, and it's such a cool dude. He's like the nicest guy in the world. So I got nothing. He's just a real good hockey player and an excellent teammate. The kind of guy you want around in your locker room. But he sure is sweaty. Sure sweaty. He's a little sweaty.
That's one guy you do not give a penalty shot to right now.
No. I'm that guy. I'm like the Shaq of the league. Like, you're getting 1 out of 10 out of me. That's me. I'm like Shaq penalty shots. I don't think I look better at not making them than I used to. You know what I mean? That's kind of my goal at this point. Like, I don't look, I could have got it, but I don't get it. But at least it looks like I could have. Oh, man, I thought that might have gone in. Sorry, bro.
What a save by Aviator.
Yeah, Aviator's played out of his mind tonight.
We see a new Season 7 strategy for you. Hack a back blast.
Yeah, that's hack a back. There it is.
Can we get a segment of that on Livewire?
Listen. I'll still miss so many. So I won't get any better. It'll be bad. I just need a personal trainer. Someone volunteer and help me with penalty shots. That's what I need. Really, I just need a personal coach, penalty shot coach.
Great job by Mobsky there to get open.
Yeah, and it's just really smart. They just waited. And they just waited for him to move, and they moved, and everybody. But spread it out. That's exactly what you need to do. JG knows this shit. It's 4-3. Dutchman's still with the lead, though. Series still tied, 1-1. Generals Dragons is starting, and oh, what a save by Gritty. These games are moving tonight. I love that. Only 2 games, and they've been so good.
Just like that, the champ's back in it. Tie game.
Tie game, my man. Dutchman back the other way. Crowd's looking. Big save by Aviator. Just going to hold that up. It's time for the Generals. This is a must-win. Would you agree? This is a must-win. You can't go down 3-0 against the Dragon. Can't do that unless you're the Sicilian Slicers. Unless you're the Sicilian Slicers, then you can come back in that series and make it a series. But that sure ain't easy.
If I may comment, I beg to differ.
Yo, you beg to differ. No. But this is, you would agree, man, you got to take this one.
Yes, you need to. If I were the Generals right now going into the morale, you gotta at least get this one because
Gotta get it.
you feel a little better being down by 1 than being down by 3 and meaning that every game is a must win.
Freddie with the poke of the century. Somebody needs to clip that. If somebody's watching this stream, can you clip Freddie's poke behind the net there? What a defensive play. I want to make sure that's a highlight. Not just about goals. What a freaking play, dude. Back the other way. Tampa is... Man, Tampa's Tampa. Dutchman had a 3-goal lead. Tampa's got it tied, and they're driving. JG's looking. Good defense. Tie game again, and a big goal right there for the Generals. That's what they want. Big finish. Shawnee. A really good feed by Dex. And shout out to T Mazer playing D. I knew he could do it. One day, he can play defense in this league at an elite level. I'm just totally joking. He's the man. I love that guy.
Look at this photograph.
Dragons back the other way. Big hit. See, that's why Tony plays playing defense. See, this is how I get put out of a job by the Generals. This is what happens. It's like, fuck it. We can just we'll just have Tony do it. I'm just joking. Sean's looking. Big save by Tunic. Tony's got to want that 1T though. He's got to want it. Tampa Dutchman. We're going into the third period. It's tied. Game 3. This is a big period of hockey right here. You got to play smart, possession, high quality shots. That's the name of the game for both these teams. And for Stefano has scored a lot off of the rush, but it's not just necessarily off of like a 2-on-1, but it's getting the shots on net, and he's dangerous. He's gonna pick it up. Same thing with Kraut. Big save by Tunic.
Against those guys last year, yes, it's that line is very intense to play against. They're very sweaty, they're very sprint. Like you gotta lock them down and make sure that they don't get those chances.
Yeah, you ain't lying. Big shot. Good defense. Sean back the other way with Dex. They're looking. Dex is going to hold that. Good save by Tunic. He doesn't panic. He doesn't have that flinch button. See, that's why I could never be a goalie. I'm going to see him be like, oh, no, he's going to cut right. Oh, I'm just going to barely do it. I'm going to make myself look real silly. That's why I can't be a goalie. The Dutchmen have had a hell of a night. Big drive, big goal. They're going to take a lead. Did we say, hey, can we talk about Stefano again? Let's talk about Stefano again. Holy, what a night. For this whole line, everybody's getting points. Everybody's eating, but Stefano is getting the glory. Big save by Aviator. For the Dragons, to be able to do this without Showstopper is huge to me. You get this game 3, this is feeling really good. This is feeling like maybe we can repeat. You start really having that vibe. I think both Carney and Seti both feel like they have the team to do it. And that's where you start getting those fuzzy feelings, man. Tampa's driving, big save. Good defense by the Dutchman. We're in the third. little over 15 minutes. Big cycle by the Dutchman. Good save by Aviator. Another good save by Aviator. Back the other way with JG. Excellent poke by Kraut. Tampa's looking. Freddie's looking. Freddie's dangerous. Mopsky gets broken up, but JG's got it now. Excellent save by the Dutchman. Kraut's driving. Good D, bud. Way to get back for Tampa. Oh, what a save by Aviator. Excellent play by JG. Back the other way. Deflection. Mopsky just gets bombarded, but he's just always near the puck anyway. Excellent defensive play by Tampa. Back the other way. JG's got to go. Not quite a 2-on-1, but he's looking good poke. And now we got a 1-on-1. This game's just nonstop. Already down to 9 minutes left in this game. Dutchman got a 5-4 lead. It's 1-1 in the series. It'll be a hell of a way for either of these teams to close out the night. This has been a battle. General's up. General's still up 1-0. Second period, 17 minutes left.
The higher possession corner was trying to do another wraparound goal, couldn't quite get all the way around to get the score, but he had an open net.
He's so fucking dangerous, that guy. Big pick off by Wax. Back the other way. There's Carney. Big pass, big block by Team Mazer. Dutchman's still up 5-4. They're driving, looking. Great save by Aviator. What a night for Aviator. I think all these goalies aren't going to sleep, man. They're just going to be so wired. Everybody's going to have flashbacks this evening. Do I have to do it again tomorrow?
Depends on the lineup.
Depends on the lines. Back the other way. General's drive. Great save by Tunic. Mopsky's looking. And an interception. Back the other way. It's going to be Kraut. One. And a big goal for the Dutchman. And they go up 2. We got a penalty shot for Shawnahue. Between the Generals and the Dragons.
The Generals a rare opportunity to try to get up 2 goals.
Yep. It's 6-4. Dutchman up. Less than 2 minutes. Tribe got to score. Big pass, Freddie. He just can't get there. JG's going to possess, though. He's looking. Big poke by Stefano. Big hit by Stefano, and he gets it out, and it's going to be Meinhardt the other way. Big save by Aviator. He's rapping. He's looking. Another big save by Aviator. He's keeping him here. JG's back the other way. The big save down low by Mr. Gritty. Oy, oy, oy. Back the other way for the Dutchman. 27 seconds. They're up 2. They get the puck on net. 17 seconds. Tribe got to do something now. 12 seconds. 9 seconds. 8 seconds. Dutchmen are going to take this one. They're going to finish the night up the series 2-1 over the Tribe. That's a big night for the Flying Dutchman. What a night for this series. We saw tie games.
And as far as the rankings go, Dutchman entered the playoffs at ranked 4.
Yep.
The Tribe were number 1. So this is the lowest seed remaining in the playoffs. Going up 2-1 on the number 1 seed. That's huge.
What a night for the Dutchman. Shout out to Stefano. I can't wait to compile all your stats. Highborn Pigeon played on his head all night. Meinhardt, impeccable defense, and Crazy Kraut is an unbelievable number one pick who facilitates everybody. And look how many, the points that's going to come out on this team. And on the flip side, Tampa played a hell of a night. The defense and goaltending, shout out to Aviator, who played unbelievable. The Dragons just scored. I want to make sure we call that out. Big goal by Carney. But it's 1-1. We'll focus on that. We'll talk more about this series, but the Dutchman winning is a massive, massive thing. We're going to talk about this game that's going on right now. Generals, Dragons, games tied 1-1. We had 2 games. Dragons are up 2-0 in the series, but both games went to overtime. Big, big night. This is a must-win. In my mind, in a lot of people's minds, Generals got to get this one. They got a crazy line that's going to play tomorrow night, but it's they got to get it. It's got to happen. Big pass, big finish for the Generals. What a play. What a play, man. Holy smokes.
As in your famous words, Stan, you gotta want it.
You got to want it, man. And Dex, I heard he's a guy that wants it. How's everybody doing tonight? What do we think so far? Any shocks? Any what are we thinking?
Just the slugfest that was the Tribe versus the Dutchman. I mean, it just early on in the first game of the series, it was all right. We're feeling each other out, and then at a certain point, things just went floor, meat, pedal, and it just gone the whole time after that. So I was just surprised at how that tempo shifted, whereas the other game that we're seeing in these Dragons versus Generals, it still remained pretty slow paced in comparison throughout the entirety of the series so far.
They had a pretty impeccable night. That's the best way I can describe it. I mean, I can't describe a lot of chances that were like just blown opportunity or a really horrible pass or like they weren't really meshing. They had a little bit of I think the beginning of the night, I think early in those games, they weren't quite cycling the way they thought, they're capable of. But as the night went on, that even in game 1, I mean, I really thought that the Dutchman had a really legit shot at that one, and Tampa played great. They finished that game really strong, and game 2 they came out. They went into a slugfest with a team that you don't want to slugfest with, and they came out victorious. And game 3, another impeccable night. I mean, another impeccable game. Excellent defense. Highborn Pigeon. Hats off to him. Big night. Crazy saves, had really good patience. Listen, Scheif, Mobsky, JG, they're all what I consider as a defenseman, a wiggly man. You know what I mean? They're going to make about 17 moves in your face, and if you decide you want to go for that hit, they're just going to wiggle. And they're going to make you look really silly on defense. And if you try to do it, they're really tough to stop. They're really tough to contain. And for a goalie, not having that flinch factor, maintaining your post, trusting your D-man to be there to cover that 1T pass, that's a really big thing to have, and he took full advantage of that tonight with Meinhardt back there. Going into the third, Generals up 2-1, but Carney's got the puck. Big poke by T. Mazer. Big poke by Sean. Those boys are real close to getting that pass off. Dex is going to drive. They're going to give it back to Sean. He's looking, gives it to Mazer. Mazer's looking. He's going to keep it deep. He just fires at the net. Hits right. I think it hit Tunic right in the dome. Sean's going to get that poke. Back the other way. Got to play your same game. You can't play too conservative. It's a 2-1 game. Boy, the Dragons like to score late in games. So, penalty shot. Who's getting this one?
And that is going out to DMB.
That's a guy you don't want to give the puck to. Again, this is why, this is why you get guys like Dex in the lineup in a game 3 when you're down 2-0. You got the bull Tunic. He's super. Oh, and a Barry. That's a 2-goal lead for the Generals in game 3. They're down 2-0 again. 2 overtime losses. Big wins for the Dragon.
If I'm not mistaken, Dex showed up late in the season, actually in the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken, for the Dragons last season. So it's
He did. He did. He was my teammate
knowledge.
in the finals. Dex
Yep.
again. Dex again. This is why you put the man in. And tomorrow night, listen, if the Generals can get this one back, they should feel really fucking confident. The line of Danwitz, Dex, and Big Diesel is coming. And that's not a fun line to play against. They just win all the damn time. It's very rare they lose. And that's not a knock on their opponent at all, who is also stacked. We haven't seen ISO yet. We haven't seen him. That's gross. He hasn't even played yet. And because that's just how deep this line is for the Blue Dragons. Even without Showstopper, you still got Wax Poetic for another. So like they've got the talent here. Carney's gonna drive and score. That's what you need right now. Put the boys on the back. I love these jerseys so much. Shout out to the Dragons Season 5 champions. But the General's still up too. Third period hockey.
I just got to correct you there, Dan. ISO is on the Dutchman this season.
You're on the Dutchman, dude.
Yes, I
How
am.
embarrassing for you. Thank you for the correction. Vroom vroom, everyone. We're trying. Listen, you guys trade two people too much. That's not my fault. That's your fault. Really.
And with the general second line too, you can't forget about Coronado and that man. That guy has been.
Yeah, he has. We have.
On multiple
Yeah.
occasions.
He is. He's one of those guys who's got a lot of playoff wins. He sure does. Sean's looking 1T for Mazer. He just doesn't hit it. We're halfway through the third. General's got this lead. Actually, you want to do me a little favor, Hoagie? Pull up who haven't we seen yet for each team?
So
That would be interesting to talk about.
So who you haven't seen yet for the Dragons is their second line. It's Jano and Ness. Forwards of Scub Daddy and Boss Gaming
Oh,
TV.
buddy. We haven't seen Boss yet. That's gross.
And of course, Showstopper on defense.
No
And,
Showstopper this week.
No Showstopper this week.
No
Okay.
Showstopper. Shout out Showstopper if you're watching. If you're on, I know he's on travel.
And then you look at the line, the other line for the Generals of Dan Witz, DMB, who we've seen tonight, Big Diesel, and Coronado.
Big Diesel.
That line's
It's just
been
gross.
Like perfection for this Generals team this season.
Yeah, just more or less on all rookie line, just dominating the league this season. That's fun. Shout out to Sean and Mazer for drafting that. Jeez. Six minutes left. General's looking to be really smart with this puck. Possess it, quick passes. Yep, cycle that puck. They're melting the clock right now. Smart play by Mazer. They're just stretching the ice. Big difference right now in this game. Look at the shots. 17-9. Against this line, this is the game you need to win. Carney drives, though. You can't let Carney come in like that. This is Carney. It's an 0-4-3 game. You can't do that.
You cannot let
You can't let him do that. You can't do that, man.
Many times.
Yeah. It's much better to be on his team than not on his team. I can tell you that as a D-man. It's I've been there. He's burned me a lot.
And I'm sure
Really nice try by Gritty.
A lot of times too.
Oh, yeah.
The course of the two seasons.
Sean's looking to drive. Almost gets it to Dex. Back the other way. We got Seti driving. Looking. And he scores again. We're tied. You can't do this again to us. You can't do this. Tie game again. Little over 2 minutes left in the third period between the Dragons and the General. First two games go to OT. First two games, the Dragons win.
And what did you say? Both of you said it. You said you can't change what you're doing in the majority
Can't
of
do
the
it.
game. You try to switch it up at the end, you're just going to give up the goals. And I'm not saying we're
Yeah.
seeing a completely different mindset, but definitely didn't see as much aggressiveness in these last few
No,
minutes.
not at all. There definitely was a few extra passes. They could have gotten some shot attempts. And back the other way goes Carney. Less than a minute left. Breakaway. Big, huge save by Gritty. Can't leave that wrap. Slow it down, but don't go crazy. You've got Dex on the ice. You've got Sean on the ice, and you got Mazer, who's got that 1T. Smart play here. Back the other way, Wax. What an interception. One-on-one with Mazer. He's moving. He's moving. Great block. 30 seconds left. Mazer's just looking to get that up. He's going to carry. Give it to Sean. Back to Mazer. Looking. Driving. Big save by Tunic. 18 seconds. Sean's going to take it out of the zone. This is... offsides. Anybody taking the time out here? You don't need to, right? We're not in. No, you got 13 seconds. Who's got the energy? I see Mazer's got energy, so Generals don't want to take that time out. 4-4 game. Anything could happen here. 11 seconds. Mazer's going to win the face-off. Dex is going to carry deep. 7 seconds. Mazer's got it. 3 seconds. Fires it on. Tunic's got to wrap it up. 1.8 seconds left. We've seen crazier shit. It already happened in one game with the penalty shot that was crazy late. You never know. But may I dare say we're probably going to go to a third straight overtime game. Yeah, that's exactly what's about to happen. We're going to OT again between the Blue Dragons and the Generals. Blue Dragons are up in the series 2-0. They've won 2 OT games in a row. They were down 2. Very late into the third period, and 2 quick goals. They were right back in it. The Generals got to have this. They got to have it. They're possessing the puck so well. They got a little bit. Okay, we're going to hold on to this, and we just need that win, and that's when mistakes happen. But we legit talked about it, and it happened right in front of our. Right now, we got to lock this shit up. We got to play positional hockey, and just take the opportunities that come in front of us. We got to have this right now. We cannot play like this tonight and go down 3 in this series. Can't happen. There's no points in playoff hockey for OT. Only wins. Only losses.
The Generals right now, they have 3 quality goal scorers on the ice. So there's an opportunity
for
them to definitely take advantage of the opportunities they're given. Just a matter of, again, getting back to what got them to the dance at this point, which was slowing down the pace, trying to control the puck, and then taking advantage of the openings that they create for themselves by doing that. And we've seen them somewhat get away from that. And sometimes it's been more of a slowdown than anything else. But very excited for this third overtime that we're seeing in this series. This, for the 2 and the 3 to be this well matched up is incredible on night 1.
Oh, Sean just couldn't get that timing right with them. Nice try. You ain't wrong, BA.
No, BA. I think exactly what you're thinking there. The Dragons love fast-paced hockey, so if the Generals can slow it down and play their game, they're gonna get the chances that they need to hopefully get a huge win here in Game 3.
Yep. And for the Dragons, how they scored the last 2 times, they settled it down, got it in their zone, and made them pay. Wax is just going to possess. Carney, big tip, big save by Gritty. Everybody's in front of him. Dex is just like, please hit me. Don't go. Hit me in the face. I don't care. Someone got murdered on that play. There was a replay. I don't know who it was. Face off in the general zone. Tie up. Carney's going to take it. Watch that wrap. Watch. He almost had it again. They're just going to get that out of there. They're saying, no, we're good. You can try again. Wax is going to carry. Gets it to Seti. Seti's going to carry in behind. Excellent defense. It's one-on-one. Sean and Wax. Going back the other way. Sean's looking. Big poke by Carney. Carney to Wax. Wax going to carry it in. Tony misses the hit. Wax is going to carry. Big save again by Gritty. Tony got away with that one. Big save by Grady. You can't, that's where you can't. That's as a D man, you feel this is gonna be a huge play, and then you miss, and then your heart sinks. Big save. Dex is gonna carry. He's looking. Carney with the poke right back to Dex. Sean's gonna look. Sean's gonna look. Close D. Carney's all over him right now. Carney goes back the other way. He doesn't have the juice right now. Big play. Deflection. Said he's going to carry. He's going to settle. Another great save by Grady. Sean's going to go. Get it up to Dex. Dex is going to carry. He's going to drive. Big play by Wax. Carney's going. Sean's in front of him. Dex is in front of him. They got to stop Carney. Big play. It somehow gets through Sean. I don't know if it was deflected or not, but that's a live puck. Said he's got it. This OT's flying. We're already halfway through it. Big hit by Dex. Sean's going to get it. They're going to get it back around. Mazur's going to possess. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Big save by Gritty. That's the heart attack moment. That's the EA heart attack moment. Hoagie knows. That's the holy crap, I can't believe that just happened. Don't let that happen, please.
Like, oh, I didn't mean to pass it there.
Mazur's gonna get it up to Dex. Dex is looking. Can't find him, but he's still gonna get it right back. He's gonna shove it in, but Tunic's gonna have that post. Carney's back the other way. Big pass in front of the net. They love that pass, and it's crowded. Carney's gonna go, and he's gonna score again. And the Dragons win and go up 3-0 in this series. What a crazy night. The series final is not going to dictate how this night went. All three games, Generals and Dragons, went to OT. All three games won with a crazy goal and a win by the Dragons. 2 overtime winning goals by Carney and 1 by Setkels themselves. And the goaltending, the defense, the puck possession in this game was unbelievable. We saw Dex come in for game 3 for the Generals, and I'm just in shock right now.
We've got an opportunity to see a Slicers like turnaround, though. This is
you ain't lying, BA. You're right. Dex came in. It was a difference, but Danowitz, Diesel getting in tomorrow night. Now, the flip side, we got Boss. We've got high-powered guys that are going to be coming in tomorrow night as well. Scoob Daddy has had, since getting on that Dragons line, been nothing but spectacular. Really has stepped up to the plate. I know that was a big trade with John. I know John Hancock was involved, who played fantastic since getting called up from the FL, but Scoob has been a big difference maker for the Dragons down the stretch. And in the first round of the playoffs, for sure.
no argument there.
Wow, what a night.
Oh yeah, we were treated to some high quality hockey. I mean, you saw the way even the other series, though, Tampa Bay and the Flying Dutchman, they just kept going at it, score after score after score. Didn't really know who was going to come out on top. And in game 1, it was the Tribe, but the Dutchman came back with a fever in game 2 and game 3, in the way that they just refused to really let down let the opportunities pass. I mean, even to the last second, where Meinhardt scored that goal to make sure it didn't get into overtime in game 2. It's just quality play on the ice for both games, both series. Really looking forward to what tomorrow night brings.
Yeah, for the Generals, hats off to those boys. They played a hell of a night. You can't let being down 3-0. I know that's so hard. That's like, it feels impossible. You can't let it defeat you right now. The Generals played unbelievable tonight. The Dragons proved why they are defending champions, and Setkels, Carney, Wax, and shout out to the Wool Tunic. All hail our last season's finals MVP and playoffs MVP, the Will Tunic. Shout out to Tunic. Unbelievable night in that. For the Dutchman, hats off to the Dutchman. I think a lot of people had their money on Tampa, and the Dutchman came in red hot. They had, again, these boys wanted just as bad as anybody else, and Tampa may have dominated the regular season, but the Dutchman had a hell of a season. They made a lot of big moves, um, and they're coming in with a 2-1 lead. They played an outstanding game tonight, defensively in net, up front. Stefano led the charge in goals, but Kraut really contributed. Um, it was just all team effort, and I think that's what they've been looking for all season. I think beginning of the season they were very, very offensive. They had to figure out the right lines and the right pieces, and I think they have. And then for the Tampa, this is no panic mode. These guys know how to win. Every single one of these games you were well in. You know the mistakes that you're making. You know the things that you got to do to move on to the next round. And it's just go out and execute. You can't hit that panic button. You're too good for it, right? And you got big names that are coming in as well. So go in, business as usual. Have that attitude. Flush it,
Yeah,
and just game by game.
if I'm Tampa, I'm walking into tomorrow being happy that D-Max in goal, and then if I'm the Dutchman, I'm excited that the one ISO is coming out to play, and I know the one ISO is versatile, been able to play a lot of different positions, but I got to imagine the one ISO is going to be out on the ice and not between the posts tomorrow night.
No, we're gonna see, man. You never know. It's the playoffs.
You never know.
There is
Okay.
a seventh.
League vet, you've been here since almost day one. Give me your thoughts on what do you think's going to happen tomorrow night? What are some of the things that, as an owner, knowing these teams, what's got to happen for you? You know what I mean? You know, what are you saying? What are you doing?
Well, I mean, the Generals were kind of in a spot like myself, the slice room last week, right? You just gotta take it one game at a time, right? And you gotta make sure that every goal is crucial, every penalty that you take is crucial, right? Like you gotta critique the small things and adjust, and make sure that those things do not happen. Because I mean, one little small mistake and you could be going home game one more, right? In the other series, I mean, the Dutchmen are in a fantastic spot, but I mean, the tribe still has four fantastic individuals, including Vesna nominee BMAC, who has been absolutely unstoppable this season. So
Yeah, we haven't seen
like,
BMAC yet. There's that too.
right, so it's just, I mean, the Dutchmen are putting out two fantastic forwards in Caustic and ISO, who have been working fantastic together since the trade deadline, right? So I mean, anything is possible in that series. That could go 7 if all we know.
Yeah, we're
Same
gonna see
with the
Ogre
same
tomorrow
with
night. Shout out to Ogre. Biz, we're gonna see tomorrow night. That man, I won a cup with last season with the Dragons, and that he is a difference maker. That's how I could best describe Biz. That man can score goals and he can feed. And Ogre's a hell of a D man who's dangerous and put up a lot of points. He's been. I think people don't talk about how good Ogre has been as a defenseman in this league and just as a scoring threat from back there as well. He can do a little bit of every winger. But
We haven't even talked about Mikey PT either.
no, how are we gonna fix? How are we not? I mean, arguably the best centers in the league. You want to talk about somebody who's got that wiggle? Mikey PT's got that damn wiggle. He's got that wiggle. He scores a hell of a lot of goals and he feeds and he cycles. And those boys know how to play together. It's going to be a big night for Tampa.
Anybody read Dante's Inferno?
Hey there,
What level of
Sean.
hell are you in, Sean?
Hey, Sean.
There-
On a scale of sad face to smiley face, where are you right now?
Water pistol emoji.
What? Hats off to you, man. I'm just joking. You guys played fucking amazing. Everybody, I know you had, unfortunately you had to play. I wish you would have saw the stream because both of these games were just so entertaining. Y'all played your ass off, man. You really did.
The back-to-back-to-back playoff overtime losses. There is a that should be a sick day tomorrow for sure. I think. Let's see how I feel.
You know what? You gotta. You know what? You gotta want a sick day, and I think you've earned it.
Man, oh man. Well, kudos to those guys for sure. But I will say, they've got to play their second line tomorrow. We've got our undefeated line coming out. I predict this is going 7. For sure.
Amen. I would love for that. You know what? I don't want to wish bad juju on anybody, but just for the call tomorrow night, I hope it happens. I do.
Man,
I
it was
do.
4-1 in that third game. That hurts so much.
You guys played great, man. You did.
It was a good game. Good games through and through. Hats off to the Dragons.
Yep. BA. I think this is what, your third season with us as far as full-time commentary. What would you say going into Wednesday night semifinal? What's the mindset you got to have walking into that for each of these teams, for these series? What have you seen? What do you think? And you're the man with the plan. You know all these guys by now, and you have that outsider's perspective. What's your thoughts going into tomorrow?
Well, if I'm the Generals, I'm very excited about the lineup that we have incoming that is going to take on the Blue Dragons. If I'm the Blue Dragons, I'm going to try my best to, I guess, do what I was hoping, what we were trying to see out of the Generals this evening, and that's slow things down, because as fast paced and as high powered as that line is for the Generals, the Dragons are coming in again with Boss Games, with Scoob, with Jano, and they'll figure out defense from there. But there's something to be said for, hey, we just saw a very high quality line that the Generals put out against what is considered the number one line for the Dragons. Now we're going to see the opposite of that. So it's going to be, I think, a kind of an inverse of what we saw tonight in that series. And then when it comes to the Flying Dutchman versus the Tribe, I think the Tribe right now, it's really just a game of who they're going to put out there. I think we all understand who they're going to put out there, but again, it's who they're facing is really the conversation here, because we know Stefano's not going to be on the ice. We know Meinhardt and Crazy Kraut aren't going to be on the ice, but you're going to see Rifle Drum. You're going to see the one ice though. So for that series, I would say if I'm the Tribe, my whole mindset is, hey, we have to maintain what we've been doing all season long. Do what got us to the dance. Maintain the passing. Maintain the anybody can get hot at any time and we ride the hot hand. That is what got you here. That is going to be what takes you to the finish. But for the Flying Dutchman, knowing that they're shifting to the other lineup now, they really have to play a very structured game plan in order to not be overtaken and overrun by what is a team in the Tribe that can consistently find people open, make quality passes, and then put it in the net.
You are not wrong, my man. Excellent. I love it.
What's the Tribe
Sean?
series at?
It's 2-1 in favor of the Dutchman.
Wow.
Yeah,
They played. You're gonna. I think everybody's gonna be talking about a man named Stefano and a man named Highborn Pigeon. They're gonna be talking about those boys. They're gonna be legends.
I can't wait to watch the replay back tomorrow with half the screen covered.
What do you mean?
I'm just sad.
I know. We'll we'll get you like a construction paper that you can put on.
Exactly.
We'll
And just
the right.
draw
Yeah.
draw a hockey rink and it just says like Generals 1000.
Yeah.
But I've got to
Hell of a
shut
night.
the stream down for tonight here,
Yep.
boys. I got to do some stuff.
Shout
for
out
you.
to everybody. Thank you for joining us
Absolutely.
there, Mr. Hoax there.
Yes,
And thank you all
guys
for
having me on.
tuning in. Tomorrow night's gonna be crazy.
Yes, sir. We're going to be bringing it all to you again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Quick round table. BA, anything?
I've said my piece, but I appreciate the opportunity. I'll give some extra time to backblast and Hoagie.
Hey, then that's off to you, Mr. Dan.
Yeah, only thing I'm gonna say is if you're listening and you haven't signed up, sign up. Registration's gonna close sooner than you think. If you have somebody that you want to bring in for next season, or if you're watching and like, hey, I think get in on the action, Now is the time. Registration is active and open. Again, season 6 voting for all the awards, for everything that's going to be given out at the in a here, and well, damn, in like a little over a week. Uh, it's coming soon, man. At the end of this full season, at the end of the playoffs, and make sure you get your votes in. That's really all I got. It's been a hell of a night. Shout out to all of you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hoagie, how about yourself?
Yeah, I got one thing. Go Team EA Sports.
Yay.
Hey, sports.
It's in the game.
Have a good night, guys. Thank you very much, as always.
All good. All right, everybody. Well, hey, thanks for joining us here. Thanks for watching. We are going to be back tomorrow, probably starting around 9:15, 9:30, somewhere in that range, Eastern Standard Time. Y'all take care. Have yourselves a great night. Appreciate y'all, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.